Security team! Welcome back. How are you? Thank you for joining me for another episode of DayZ on Livonia. Right, where are we? Well, we've made our way back from the castle at Konopki and our attempts to crack the base at the castle, which was a little bit aborted. Obviously we found out some few things about cracking bases and the use of explosives, which I haven't really used before, and now we know. You can't use an explosive to set off an explosive, but you can use it to set off grenades. But there you go. Before I came down, because I'd been logged off for a few days, I went back up and had a look at the castle, and nothing's changed. They've found my gate and they put a lock on it. Interesting. They didn't undo the gate. They put a lock on it. So it's going to be harder to get into next time. But obviously that castle seems to be a bit of a thing for people to go at Konopki, and why not? I mean, it is the only castle on the Livonia map really worth talking about. So I'm sitting in some trees here, but where am I in these trees? I might just duck back into the trees a little bit more, so I'm a little bit more out of the way, as it were. So I went past where my stash was at Gieraltow, and I picked up my stash at Gieraltow, so it's all here. And I have also got some more rounds for the VSD now, so if I can unpack those 7.6254s, which I think is this one here, yes, because I don't know if you remember, but I did have a Tundra as well. And I was kind of looking at it, and I was sort of thinking to myself, well, you know, I don't really need two sniper weapons, and this one comes with the suppressor, which I can manage, hopefully, without wrecking it. That would be pretty good. The ammunition's a little bit harder to find, but you do find box 7.6254s at military, and I knew I was coming down past a bunch of military, so I figured to myself, there you go. So now I've got two mags and I've got this thing. It doesn't have the greatest scope, sadly. I wish that scope was a little bit better, but it simply isn't. It does do KA scopes, and I do have a better scope on the KA, so I think, all things considered, what I'll do is I'll swap the scope off the KA, which is a very good scope currently, the PSO, even though it doesn't have a battery in it. I don't have any batteries for any of my battery powered scopes, and I'll put that on, and I will get that, and I'll put that on, combine, I think. There we go. So now I feel like I've got a better scope on the VSD, and that makes life a whole lot better. I just need to get some batteries. So there you go. So I picked up that. What's that? It's 939s. I don't think I need that. I picked up that by mistake. I've got those. I've got some nails. They're called nails. Just in case. I've kept my pliers because they seem to be quite rare to get. I picked up another box of ammo for the KA because why not? I haven't really picked up anything else, to be fair. I can probably, what I can do is unbox that and load up that other mag, because there's no point carrying around half empty mags now, is there? You never know when you might need a full one. There you go, full mags. So we're kitted, we're ready to go. We're a bit short on bolts. It's the only thing. So I have, what have I got? I've got 2 bolts, which is not a fantastic amount. I don't need that bit of paper. And I've got all the essentials, and I've got everything else. I'm weighted down so much because I'm carrying so many weapons. And I picked up a doe on the way down through the woods as well, so that I've got my food supply sorted if I don't do that, which is what I didn't want to do. Put that in my hand. Combine. Yeah, anyway, enough rambling about what I've got. Where are we? Well, we are here, south of this little base outside Gieraltow. So we came from wherever we were, Konopki, and we came down the outside of Rodena, lake. We came down and outside the map to the little lake to fill up with water. Um, I don't know. It always seems to me quicker to go down the east side to the lake. Maybe because there's so much open space directly south from Patrick Rumiak into Gieraltow. Anyway, went down to the lake, went across to where our stash was just outside, picked up our stash. There was a crashed Santa sleigh on top of the buildings in this big industrial area. Nothing fantastically, amazingly, superly, wonderfully great there in terms of loot. Got my stash, came over here, checked it out, got some ammo, everything else, all the rest of it. Didn't want to see one of those commanders. You know the commanders we're looking for, the ones that possibly carry the base cards. No, bunker cards. No, didn't find one. So what do we want to do and what do we want to talk about? There's a couple of little houses down there. Interesting. We should probably check those out. Haven't been there for a while. We were going to go down to Konopki and check out medical at Konopki for possibly some more medical supplies, because there's some things I don't have. I don't have a blood bag, which is pretty good. I don't have nearly enough tets should I ever need them. It wouldn't hurt to have some more multivits, that kind of thing. And we know there's nothing at Kulno, because we've been there a few times. There's like one little shed, but nothing, and we don't want to go any further south into Dolnik and all the rest of it. But what we did say we wanted to do was we wanted to come over from here, head down past those little houses to Konopki. We'll skirt the outskirts of Kulno. We will then head over, possibly past Woodok, possibly down to this little area down here. I'm not really bothered about those houses at the far south. I don't think people would be setting bases up that far south, really. I mean, we could always do it. I mean, well, I could always do it. You don't have to watch. I could always just go and do it. I'll have to think about that on the way to that industrial place there. I think it's Power. And then up the road to Rodzanica, because I can't remember if I've ever been to Rodzanica. And there's a little house over there. And then we're going to come up and do the big industrial, which I've done before with you guys, but we can always do it again and have a look. And then we're going to go back up into Nadbor and have a look at Nadbor, and possibly go and have a look here, because there have been big bases here on other servers. And then we were going to head out of Nadbor back down to Svarog, and when I got to Svarog, I was going to tell you what my little plan was going to be. So there's still a few things to do, and not a lot of them are super exciting. So what I might do is I might do a little bit of a recap, or a catch up again when we're at Konopki, in case I find anything exciting. Obviously, if I find anything exciting on the way, I'll drop you in, but we'll drop in at Rodzanica, and drop in when we get to this industrial, and see how we're doing for time. And Nadbor might be its own little episode thing, or it might be the next episode. So that's where we are, and that's what we're doing, and that's all the things that's happening for now. So yeah, I hope you're enjoying it. It's about to turn dark, so I'm going to navigate as well as I can in the dark, which is absolutely fine. And yeah, I'll see you at Konopki, shall I? See you soon. Gura team, well, you saw a bit of Konopki there, and unfortunately, aside from a little bit Tets, which I actually need to combine up with these. I didn't find what I was after in medical, but I'm just down here getting some water, and the bush textures seem to be broken. Not the bush, the reed grass is just black. So something's gone horribly wrong with this one. Yeah, very strange. Anyway, there you go. So Cura team, well, we are up at this thing on the map, which I realized as soon as I was heading there that this is the old sawmill. So we have been to Rodzanica before. I think I recall. I think it's a radio mast. But we're going to go and check it again anyway. We'll quickly skirt through here, see if any bases have been set up. I didn't check out these houses down here. I've just come down from Konopki, past Quino. I didn't even go to Waduk. I just stopped and got some water and mentioned about those crazy plants. That's just the northern outskirts of Dolnik, and I'm now here, and I mean there's a house down there at the very, very bottom, but we're gonna go up to Rodzanica. Oh. Santa crashing over there towards Kulno Konopki way. Anyway, let's see. Did that draw anybody from out of here? Is there anybody in here? Well, there's a wall, part of a base. I saw one of those in Konopki, has to be said. Duff car. Put a wall up there too. So the answer is yes. There's something of a base in here, or was. Electricity setup, wooden crates, more wooden crates, was set up or is being set up. I think was. Garage. got a lock on it still. And that one too. 3 code. Okay. Welcome to Rodzanica. It's a little military radio aerial. Few Zeds about. No dead Zeds. Well, there you are. So, yeah, so we're here we are at Rodzanica, which I do remember. It is this tiny little military. It just has the garage and building and stuff. Not a lot of super duper fun things. So I'm probably gonna call it there. I think. What I might do is I might head across to whatever that building is over there, which is probably just an old farmhouse outhouse thing, and head up the road and do that complex. But it's quite large, and there's quite a lot of stuff going on. So I'll probably do that as part of the next episode for this one, and then, like I said, we'll be able to head up to Nadbor, which might be a little bit busier. So there you are. So we made our way from Patrick outskirts of Gieraltow, picked up our gear, checked out the military, went down to Konopki. Nothing really happening at Konopki. This is just some camp cabins out here. Nothing as always down at Quino. And there is a couple of sealed doors down there, which might be worth trying to figure out how we deal with those. At least one of them's a 3-code lock, so it's just time. And the other one's a little bit more involved, being a 4-code lock, and I don't think with those garages the only way in is to blow it. I don't think there's any other way in. And here we are at Rodzanica. So that's it. And here we are sitting in the toilet in the what is it called, like guardhouse kind of thing. And and that's it. That'll do for now. And that'll be the launch off into doing the next little bit and heading into Nadbor and then heading down to Svarog and having a little conversation after Svarog. So I'm sorry there hasn't been an awful lot more. It's been I've done an awful lot of traveling, but unfortunately it's been mostly for some reason when I've logged on it's been twilight or night, and I've spent a lot of time running around in the dark, which really just doesn't work very well in terms of video capture. So you don't see any of the detail. You don't have to go through all the nail biting intensity that I have to go through running around in the dark, listening out for things in the rain. You just see a black screen and you don't hear lots of the fine details off in the distance, like gunshots in the distance and stuff. So, such is the way of things. One of the things I will say though, which I'm kind of surprised about, is that I haven't seen more wolves. I thought I would have seen more wolves, and I haven't. And I think since the last update, they've really downplayed the severity of wolves. The couple of times that I have heard wolves go off, they've been very easy to evade just by running. They used to be a lot tougher. They used to track you a lot further. So I'm very surprised that they're not as intense as they used to be. They seem to have very definitely downplayed the severity of wolves. I don't know. You let me know what you think. But that's certainly what I think. I mean, we're certainly okay. We've got odds and sods and bits and pieces. I mean, we'll see how we go. I'll eat this mushroom. So that's it for now. And I hope to see you all in the new year for DayZ. I don't think there'll be another one before the new year. So Happy New Year and all that. And I will see you in the new year for DayZ, which will be an exciting year, I think, for me and for DayZ. And there will be so much going on, I'm sure. So please, please, please do stay tuned. Do drop a like. Do subscribe if you're not subscribed, and then you'll find out when something of these things are happening, or get some notifications about when I post about things happening. Feel free to drop me any comments about anything that you have to say about the game, or any questions you have. A lot of people are going through some of my DayZ tips and getting confused and saying, what's this mean and why is that happening, and I can't find this, and that is exactly the point of this channel. If you do get stuck, it is complex. I do know. I have found out through trial and error and mucking around, so I am happy to help. Do drop me a line, and I'll see you all again in the new year. Happy New Year. Ta-ta for now.
PlayStation